My student Jason literally doubled his credit repair business just because he watched the sales cost structure video in our mentorship program. For the first time ever, today, I'm about to give you an inside look into our mentorship. I'm going to give you the full training, sales cost structure, 20-minute video. Jason went from charging $350 to $500 closing those deals. He watched the sales cost structure video that I'm about to show you right now. He's closing at $1,000. You know what I'm saying? So if you take action on what I'm saying in this sales cost structure video, this is an insight into my mentorship. You're going to get to the next level. A lot of credit repair business owners, they struggle just because of the fact that they're not worried about their closing rate. They don't know how to actually conduct a sales call, things like that. Sales is very, very important when it comes to your credit repair business. So with that being said, grab your notepad, grab your pen. Thank me later because you're going to be making a lot of money. Enjoy the video. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna give y'all this additional training just as far as your sales calls, and I think it'll definitely be beneficial as far as just not being tied to a script because I gave y'all a script, obviously, and it's helpful, helped us close thousands of dollars in sales, as well as just being cognizant of just the sales call structure. Because I don't think you should be like a slave to what's it called? Like a script. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna talk about that in the training. A lot of people, a lot of credit repair business owners, they overthink themselves into poverty. I don't want that to happen to y'all. So I'm gonna give y'all the structure and just just be aware of the structure. Like don't overthink things. You know what I'm saying? So all the people that's like, in the general population that generally watch, my YouTube, IG, stuff like that, they're in that thing of overthinking, but y'all are in an environment where I'm telling you, do not overthink. Right. So let's get it. So, like I said, I don't believe being a slave to a sales script. So, although we did give y'all a sales script that you can follow, and some of y'all probably use and got results, still, I want y'all to be open to being familiar with the structure so that you don't have to think like, okay, what do I say next in the script? And the reality is, you got to remember that every individual is unique. So, no one call is going to just follow a script line by line. You're going to have variations with everything. Somebody might want to get a car, someone might want to get a house. Those are just very basic distinctions, but everybody's different. So there's going to be certain nuances. You feel me? So let's get straight to it. So when you're kicking off the call, I want y'all to focus on just building rapport for like maybe 1 to 2 minutes. It doesn't have to be too long. You can literally ask them, okay, how's your week been so far? It doesn't matter what day of the week it is. You're doing the call, right? How's your week been so far? And then when they say, how about you? Because a common, well-mannered person is going to say, how about you, right? This is the key. I want y'all to tell them you had a busy week, but it's a good problem to have. Because what that does psychologically in their head, they're like, okay, this person is busy. This credit repair business owner is busy. Their sales rep is busy. I need to make sure I'm on my P's and Q's. And obviously, people are working with them for a reason. So it's just like a psychological trigger that you're booked and busy. So go ahead and say that. And then you just kind of let them know I'm going to ask you some questions and I want to see where you're at, and I want to see where you want to be at, like your current reality and your desired reality. Because their current reality, they booked a call with you for a reason. They got negative items on their credit. They're looking to get rid of it. And then their desired reality, you're going to dig into it. You're going to really dig into the why, get that emotional side of them. And that's where the money is going to be made. And then you're going to say, like, we'll see if we're a good fit to work together. If we are, we'll make you an offer. Does that sound fair? And that's going to bring me into my next point. The good thing about asking people, right? You want to ask for permission because it gives them the illusion or perception that they are in control. Even though, let's say you're the one in control of the call, you want to give people the illusion that they are in control of the call. Especially like you gotta understand, like men are ego driven. So when you're speaking with men, you definitely want to make sure that like they feel like they're in control of the call. Even women as well, but especially with like men clients, you want to make sure that they feel like they're in control. So always be asking for permission. Does that sound fair? Does that make sense? Is it okay if I go on to the next step? Things of that nature. So you kick off the call, spend like 1 to 2 minutes doing that. The main point I want y'all to get across is that you're busy. You've had a busy week, but it's a good problem to have so that they're not in the operation of wasting your time. So then we want to set the tone, right? So first of all, this is why I would recommend that you do, because I've had in the past, not just me, but even my own sales reps, The call, everything will go good, and then all of a sudden, oh, I need to speak to my partner. So I want you right away, set the tone, address the partner objection straight from the gate. Be like, just so we're respectful of everyone's time, are you the sole decision maker with moving forward, or does anyone else need to be here? So literally ask them that question. And then if they have to have a decision maker as well, make sure that they're on the call. Because you don't want to spend an hour on the call and then all of a sudden, oh, I need to talk to my wife. I need to talk to my husband. You need to talk to them, but are they okay with you having a 300 credit score? You know what I'm saying? So just kind of just be aware if the decision maker is going to be there. And then one thing too, we want to set the frame because if they give you like one word answers or just not elaborating, because our whole purpose is like a doctor. We want to dig deep and just kind of figure out what's going on. So if they're giving you one word answers, they're not allowing you to dig deep, pause, and then let them know. Honestly, man, how come you booked a call today? Like ask them, like, what are we doing here? If you aren't going to answer my questions, we could just stop wasting time and end the call. And then usually if you confront someone like that, people don't like confrontation. So then they'll be like, oh, sorry. Oh, no, bro. But, they'll do all their explaining. So just keep that in mind. You want to just set the tone. Set the tone. All right. So then we're going to transition into their current situation. So the current situation. So you want to really let them know, like, just be transparent. There's a lot of credit repair companies out here. What made you book a call with us today? And the whole point of the current situation, you want to get deep into identifying the pain. You want to make them dig deep into the pain. You want to look at it as if they're digging themselves into a hole. By the time they get deep in the hole, they can't get out. So the only option is you. They have to ask for your help. So this is like just a visualization of what you want to do. So don't just ask like, okay, you got these negative items. All right, cool. We charge this. Like dig deep and have childlike curiosity. You know how like kids, they ask a million questions. You want to have that curiosity as well. So be like a kid, be like a child. You be asking all these questions. How long have you had these negative items? Ask them that as well, right? Additional question. Can you tell me a bit more when they say something? Like, can you tell me a bit more? Like, have that childlike curiosity. And this is structure. Like I said, it's not a script. So you don't have to ask these exact questions. The structure is you just want to have childlike curiosity. What have you done to fix it so far, right? That's a very common question. Okay, you booked a call for credit repair. What have you done to fix these negative items yourself? You want to basically put them in a position to where they have to physically, verbally state that they need your help. How big of a problem is this for you, right? If it's not a priority for them, then why are they on the call? Are they just looking for information? Like, that's weird. If you don't get these negative items deleted, what are you going to do? So just be asking them all of these questions. What's the cost of continuing to have these negative items every month? So just ask them that because you got to think about it. If they're looking to save on interest, if they fix their credit, they might be saving, depending on what product we're looking at, they might be saving at least 1,000 or more per month alone. So every year that they're not fixing their credit, they're wasting like $12,000 to $15,000. Like really break that down to them. This is why you want to dig deep and literally show them why like them delaying doesn't make sense. And this goes back to the reason why we're able to charge a premium because we're able to articulate and explain this to them and point this out to them. Most credit repair business owners are going to settle for the $300, $500 range because they're just going to be like, oh, this is our price. They're not even doing a call where they're digging deep. We're doing premium service because we're actually asking the right questions. We're breaking it down. Okay. If you continue being in your current situation, you're gonna be wasting like $15,000 to $20,000 a year. Is $1,500, $2,000 to stop the bleeding really that serious? Like, really, just explain it to them, and then it's gonna make it's gonna make sense why. Like as far as the justification of your pricing, but also just closing the deal. So just some psychology. What gets talked about a lot is obviously important to someone. So that's why you want to get them to talk a lot about their situation. And that's one reason why you want to make them dig deeper and deeper and deeper into the pain. You're basically, like I said, you're basically making them dig a hole or in a grave. And then all of a sudden, they're so deep. If they want to get out of the hole, the only person that they could call to save is you because you're the one that's having a conversation with them. So that's kind of like the visualization you want to create as you're having this call and digging deep with them. So then the next thing in the structure is you want to restate everything that you've been listening to. This is why when you're doing sales, it's very important to listen. Don't listen to respond. Listen to understand because you're going to restate what they're saying to them. You can be taking notes, right? And I'm pretty sure they would appreciate it as you're taking notes. So restate what's going on with them. And then all of a sudden ask them, am I missing anything or does that sound about right? So you would be like, okay, so you're here, you have a 400 credit score. You're looking to get these collections removed so you can get your new house, just restate everything that they've been stating to you, and then just restate it as far as like, okay, if you don't get these negative items deleted, you're gonna go into depression. Like whatever they tell you, just restate it essentially. Like don't overthink it. And then you're gonna transition to the desired situation. So I put a image of the philosophy of spin selling in the actual Google Drive. So go ahead and take a look at the image. But I definitely recommend that y'all read the book. I'm gonna probably even add it to the suggested reading list. If you haven't looked at the suggested reading list, I think it's in the extra resources in the Google Drive. But spin selling is definitely good for sales. And I definitely recommend that you read it and it'll help you get to the next level as far as your sales, your team sales, and just getting to the next level. So go ahead and read that book whenever you get a chance. All right, so then we're going to focus on the desired situation, right? So we looked at the current situation. We're digging deep into the pain. We want to know the pain, like on a deep level. The point of the desired situation, this is where we want to identify their why. If you don't identify their why, you better hope that your content did some good pre-selling because it's going to be harder to close the deal, right? The way that the mentorship is structured is so dope because obviously with the bulletproof lead generation system, all the marketing stuff, we help y'all as far as just creating that bulletproof lead generation system to where you're not going to get as many objections because your content is going to pre-sell. Assuming you're doing what we said in the mentorship. If you don't do what we said in the mentorship, can't confidently say that. But if you do what we said in the mentorship, you allow time to kick in, you're gonna get less objections. But objections can still happen. So, like I said, you want to identify their why. You need to identify their why because it's important for the emotional side. People need emotion when they're buying stuff. So ask them, like literally ask them, what's your main goal with your credit and when do you want to hit it by? So we have a question like that in the script. So you can just cater it to how you want to cater it to. Just make sure you're addressing all the points in a logical way. And then ask them again. Remember, we're digging deep. Why is it important to you? Right. So ask them that. And then one thing you want to be aware of too, people buy with emotion and they justify with logic. So you have to tap into that emotional side. You have to tap into that emotional side. How bad their current situation is and how great the desired situation will be. That's what you want to tap into. Literally how bad that pain they're in is, right? They dug themselves in the hole deep because you tapped into the pain. And then let them know how great the desired situation will be. Like, wouldn't it be so great if you didn't get denied for everything? Wouldn't it be so great if you weren't like depressed about your credit? Things like that. Show them it's possible and get them feeling excited about it. That's the whole point of going from the current situation to the desired situation. And then this is where we're going to get into the golden question. You're obviously going to restate. So be listening so you can restate their desired situation. Okay, you want to get the house, you want to get this, and then tap into their why because you have kids and you don't want your kids to go through the same negativity you went through. Am I missing anything or does that sound about right? Remember, everything is about asking them for permission because you want to make them feel like they're in control. This is just basic communication, understanding how humans operate. All right, and then ask them. This is the main question because you want them to snitch on themselves essentially if they haven't by saying that they can't do it themselves and they need your help. Sometimes some people they don't know that they're operating in their ego, but sometimes some people do know. So whether they know or not, we want them to verbally state it. So you're gonna literally ask them, what's stopping you from doing this by yourself? They obviously book a call with you, so they're looking for your help. And then, yeah, we want them to release control and admit and we want them to admit why they can't do it themselves. So sometimes they'll be like, oh, I know the process. I don't have time. I don't know the process. I don't know the laws. If you're doing good with your marketing, I saw your client results. I saw how you use consumer laws to get these items deleted. I want to hire an expert. This is a very common thing that we get a lot, right? That's why we're able to close deals pretty quickly because of our marketing, pre-selling. If they can consciously admit it themselves, that's very powerful for closing the sale, right? Because sometimes people, remember, you don't know what you don't know. Sometimes some people don't know that they need help, but they obviously booked a call for a reason. So even if they don't consciously know it, subconsciously they know that they need help. So then you're gonna restate again, and then you're gonna let them know, like, honestly, bro, honestly, sis, or whoever you're talking to, I'm confident I can help you out. We've helped people like you in the past. And this is where it's very, very powerful. This is what I have my sales reps do. We'll have past clients. We literally move like every item at this point. So we'll have past clients, recent clients of items that we deleted, and we'll be like, oh, you remind me of XYZ, right? Reference a similar client if you can that had the negative item that they're trying to remove. Let's say you had Johnny last month. You got collections deleted for Johnny. Now you got Sarah coming on a call with you, talking about, oh, some collections. Getting the sale, part of it is shifting their beliefs and making them believe in themselves that they can do it and that your program's gonna work for them. So if you deleted the collections for Johnny, oh, Sarah, you remind me of Johnny. We just deleted his collections. Did you get a chance to look at the testimonial screenshots that we posted? So things like that. When you book a call with people, you should already know what negative items that they have. But when they book a call with you, so you can go ahead and send them these testimonials. You can send them the videos and just pre-sell them immediately. So keep in mind, there's so many different ways of how you could actually flip it. I just want to mention it so y'all could be aware and then use what applies to you. So after you restate again, you let them know you can help them. This is important. I didn't even go over this. Would you like me to tell you about how I can help you? Again, this goes back to getting their permission. You want to get their permission, get their permission, get their permission. So then you go into the offer. Go into the offer without mentioning the price. That's what I recommend. So we have a range of how we charge. We don't publicly, I guess, promote our credit repair price. Y'all know we promote the mentorship pricing. That's different. But as far as the credit repair service, we do it a little bit different because, we could always be lenient, offer discounts and things like that. And that's what we're going to get into. So what you want to do, you want to explain how your credit repair process works. And what I recommend that you do, this has been helpful for us, use language like when you're a client. You want to assume the sale already so they can psychologically feel like they're your client. When you enroll, things like that. So just use that kind of language to make them feel like they're already a client. Talk to them as if they're a client already. And then explain how your process relates to solving the pain they previously told you about. And then relate that back to the desired situation. This is why paying attention and taking notes to the current situation and desired situation is very key. Some of y'all are going to watch this video. You're going to take massive action on what I'm saying. I'm telling you right now, you're going to make a lot of money. Your closing rate is going to go skyrocket. So those of y'all that's going to take action, thank me later. And then ask them, does that make sense? Do you have any questions? And then address their questions. You're going to move into the question session, address their questions. If they don't got no questions, all right, let's get into pricing because that's typically what the next question is going to be. You're going to keep asking them, okay, do you have any questions? Most times, 9 times out of 10, they're going to be, oh, okay, so how much does it cost? What's the price? People love doing all that. And if you get poor people, like poor mentality people, from the jump, asking about the price, that's already a red flag in my opinion. But if you get someone that's going through the entire call, they actually want to understand about your process, how it works. More than likely, they've probably seen some of your content. But yeah, that's the kind of ideal client that you want to have. All right, so when you mention pricing, this is what I want you to do. I want you to be ready to handle objections. So when you look in the drive, I put a video. It's like an hour long of handling objections. I want y'all to watch that video as many times as possible as you can, just to be in the mindset of handling objections. Objections are good, and it gives you good training. When you do good pre-selling in your marketing, like I structured y'all to do in a mentorship, you're not gonna get as many objections, but you're still gonna get objections. And you got to remember, people do not like to make decisions, so you want to tell them what to do. And this is why incentive-based pricing gives them a reason to take action immediately. This goes back to what I said that we're not really publicly marketing our credit repair service pricing because, like I said, if y'all saw in the pricing document, at the time I'm recording this, it can range anywhere from $1,500 to $2,500. And then I have my executive VIP service where if I have time to take on the client, it's gonna be anywhere from 4 to 5 thousand. But incentive-based pricing is good because it allows them to take action. So this is an example. You got a couple examples you can do. So you could say, okay, Johnny, our credit repair package is 2,000, but if you want to make a decision right now, I can give you a discount to encourage you to take action, and we can knock off $500 and literally start you for 1,500. And then as soon as you say that, shut up. This is the main thing. This is sales. You need to shut up, right? Do not be making no noise or nothing. Just literally shut up. Wait for them to talk. Because if you talk too quickly, you could lose the sale. Second alternative thing you could do, you can also literally keep the same price, but just throw in a bonus for anything that they had a previous concern about. For example, let's say they're like, oh, I'm concerned. I've dealt with scammers in the past. Do you guys do follow-ups? Do you do more than monthly follow-ups? You can let them know, like, what we could do is we'll throw in a bonus for you where we'll do the monthly follow-ups or whatever they're complaining about that they want more of, right? Because you got to look at it as how you want to help them as in their world. You want to make it perfect for them, right? So then shut up again. This is sales. So yeah, hopefully this video helped y'all, this training. And I hope that it helps make y'all more thousands upon thousands of dollars. Make sure y'all execute. Y'all have a blessed one.